Hi, in this video we will have a look at Microsoft Power Automate Community Forum thread. So here what we are looking here is there is a Microsoft form. We need to take all the attachments and push that into the SharePoint document location. So for each response, using the response ID, we need to create a folder using that ID. Then push all the attachments. There are multiple attachments in that form. So that means here is my demo test attachments form. I have got two questions here. This is upload file 1, then another one is upload file 2. So in this scenario, what we want is we need to get number 4 response, which is the attachment, push that into the SharePoint document location using the response ID. Same for the response question number 5 response attachment also. Okay, so let's start building the flow. So for this, we need the trigger, which is when a new response is submitted. Then select the form, which is test attachments. The next step we need to do here is again the forms. We need to search for the connector and look for get response details. Select the form ID again, which is test attachments. Then the response ID is coming from the trigger. So the first thing is what we need to do here is we need to create a folder here. So I'm going to use SharePoint, then create folder. So this is where we need to push our documents into. So create folder, create new folder here. So this is my, I'm going to delete this directory now. So the demo case doc is my document library. Okay. Yeah, demo case doc. Okay, the folder path, I'm going to use the response ID. That's what we want. That's the requirement. One of the requirement is create a new folder, which is the response ID. Okay, that's done. So let's save this flow now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run this flow and get the response details, which I am interested now. Okay, so click on test, click manually and click test. Wait for the screen to get ready, the Power Automate to get ready. Yep, okay. Okay, so I have uploaded one image here and one document here. Click submit. So that's done now. Hopefully, the flow is going to run. Yeah, that's run successfully. Get the response details, which is quite important here. See that? That's the one I'm interested here. So I'm going to copy this in a notepad here. Then going to take the next response also. Remember, we got 2 here. So let's analyze this. So here it is. So if you set, you can attach more than one attachments under the same response. So hence this is an array. You can see that. Then for each array you have a JSON object. This is one. Then there you can see the link and then where it is stored. That's the size of the file, etc. It's the same for this also. Here one is the image, one is the doc. That's the only difference. All the other properties are same actually. Name, link, everything is going to be the same. So I'm going to copy this first. Okay, copy that. Then what I'm going to do here is, remember this test attachment here, which is an optional field. So user may going to upload file. So for number 4, number 5, both are optional. So we need to take care of that too. So for that, what we need to do here is I'm going to add an if condition here. So here it is the if condition. Then look for the response, which is upload your image. That's the first one, is not equal to blank. That's the way you need to apply that. Okay. If that's not equal to blank, then I'm interested to collect those attachments. That means there is an attachment. So going to the past JSON step. Remember, I copied the schema from here earlier. That's the one, the highlighted one. I only need this one here. I don't need to copy both. So just copy that. And then mapping the upload image, again, upload image. That's the schema. Click generate from sample. paste it here, click done. Okay. So once that's done, what we want to do now is we want to download that file. So the file is stored under this folder here. Remember this, the file is under this, under my personal folder, documents, apps, Microsoft Forms. Why it is under my personal folder is because I created the form using my credentials. So that means it will be under that default one. So if you got an organization which you got, people who created the Microsoft Forms, it will store under that, that particular folder. So using this technique, you can get those details from that personal location to SharePoint or wherever it is. Okay. Now going back to the flow now. Okay. The next step I'm going to use is the get file content using path. See that? That's because we need to get the content, then we need to push that into the SharePoint document folder which we created. So for this, we need to select the browse button here, then go to the apps. This is where you can see the apps here. Then you can see Microsoft Forms. Then you will be able to see our forms which we created, that is test attachments. Then underneath, I got question 1 and question 2 here. So I'm going to go to the question 1 here, the first question. And you can see, this is the file I just uploaded it. So I'm going to select that there. Here it is. So the technique we need to do here is, because for that question, it's always going to be under here then. So I'm going to remove this and we need to delete that. It's quite tricky it is sometimes when it's going to delete this here. Yes, that is messed up, that I think. So let me, okay. Let me copy this. So generally, sometimes what I do is I copy that here and then remove the name like that. Then copy that path again, highlight and copy, Control C that. Then remove that and Control V that. Here it is. Then in the last, we need to put the name. Remember, the name is this file here. See that? That's the name. That's the file name I just uploaded. This is the document I uploaded. See that? PDF. Yeah. So it's going to come up. Next time another user comes in and upload, it will be under here, but we are going to take it from there then under the name. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, it's an array. That's the reason you can see the, the apply to each. Right. The next thing is pretty straightforward. Go into the SharePoint connector again and look for create file. Here it is, create file. So where do we want to create the file? So again, select the SharePoint locations and configure those. The folder path of the library it's asking for, which is demo case doc. So let's have a look. Where is the demo case doc? Oh, that's the folder I want. Yep. But then again, here in the folder path, we want to go into that response ID folder. We created it. So again, we need to put a slash. So again, this is again a little bit tricky here. Put a slash. Yeah. Then you need to put the response ID we just created. See that? Response ID. Here it is. So the slash is going to disappear. Don't worry about it. Put the slash again. Oops. Like I mentioned, it's a little bit tricky sometimes. Yeah, here it is. Okay, it's all good now. Now the file name. So the file name, we know that the name coming from the past JSON step, that's a name, file name. The content of the file, we got that from the get file content, file content. See, that simple it is. Yeah, so that's done now. Okay, now let's try to run this flow and see that's going to work for the first one. Okay, click, select manually there. Let me cancel that and come back. Okay, so I'm going to use the last run then. I don't need to upload again then, So I click the automatic last succeeded run test. Okay. Right. So let's see then. So it's not going to create another folder. That's a good news here. If the folder is already there, it's going to ignore that. It won't delete the content also inside. So that's the good news. Now, if the condition is true, okay, that's all good news. It's done now. Looks like. Let's go to the SharePoint and refresh this page. Have a look what we got. Here it is. Number 4 is the response ID, and we can see the file. The file is there now. Okay. Right. Okay. So let me delete this again because I'm going to rerun this again. So I'm going to delete this. Okay, that's done. And going back to the Power Automate again. Okay, that's done. So all you need next for the next one is what we do generally is we all you need is copy to my clipboard, add a new step, my clipboard again, use the if condition again. Then instead of this response here, we need the second one, upload your document one. Here we go, that's done. Then again, it's the same schema. You don't need to do anything here. All you need is change that here to upload the document one, the second question, second attachment question. Here it is. Then under the apply to each, under the body here, see it's under the pass JSON to that, make sure everything is good. Then this is coming from apply to each to, then that is right to name. Then under the create file, again the response ID, that's good. The name is coming from this loop or apply to each, and the body that's coming from the get file content using path 2. Okay, so that is correct. That's the name also that, yeah. So okay, I'm going to run it again now. Okay, flow failed. I know. So what happened here is, say, remember this is question 1, then the next one is question 1 actually. So edit the flow. So this is the trickiest part here. So if you look this path here, you can see this is under, where is it? Let's have a look. Documents, Microsoft Forms. See that? That is question space 1 there. See that? The other one is question only here. See that? So that's a path I messed it up earlier. So let me go and correct that. So here, what we want is again, we need to click here and have a look. Make sure the name is correct. So loading that, and then apps, go to Microsoft Forms, find the Microsoft Form name, test attachments, and you can see a question space 1 here. So all you need here is go to here and make sure the cursor put at the right place, press space and type 1. That's it. Now click test and run it again. Okay, so before I run, because it's halfway through its success, so I need to delete this again. I'm going to clear up that. Okay, all good now. Hopefully this should work now. I'm going to click save and test now. Right, okay, so it looks like all good now. So let's go back here and have a good look. Right, refresh the SharePoint Document Library. Number 4 is a response ID, and I got 2 files. This is my invoice. Here it is. And the other one is the JPEG file which I just uploaded. Okay, so that's the way you can, upload the documents into SharePoint location then. Right. One more thing here is, if you want to delete that file, what you could do is, you could go and find, because you know the file location now here, the get file content using the path. You could again using get file properties using the path, get the ID and then use the delete. So you need to do a little bit work here regarding that. So if you look the OneDrive, then underneath you can see here, the file, search for file, and we are interested in the get file metadata. See that? So get file metadata there. So you can use those to get, or there is something else also there, I think. Find files folder by path, list files in root. That's not the one we want. Get file metadata. Okay, see here, see get file metadata using path. So again, you need to give the similar kind of the path here. Just copy this. Here it is. Place your cursor inside. Press Control A, then Control C, then Control V here. That's the easiest way to copy those. Then once it's done, then all you need is you need to go and say delete file. Then so that's delete file. Then here we can use the ID, then see the ID from the metadata, ID, the unique identifier of the file. That's it. So that will delete also from that. I'm not going to demo that. That's the way, you can, if you want to delete it afterwards, because you don't want to hang around that file in the the Microsoft Forms directory. If you don't want it, that's the way you can delete it. Okay. Right, now the question here is, you got here I got two attachments here, upload 1 and upload 2 here. What happens if you got more than 2, or suppose you got 10 or 20 or 30? So it's not a great idea to replicate all these, don't you? Yeah, it's a bit of a pain to do that. So what we could do here is, for that we need to use, we could generalize this. What we want is, because we copied past JSON and applied to each, these are the steps going to replicate it everywhere, here and here as well. Yeah, the only difference here is, remember, the file path only. That is a question 1, that's a file path. So if I go back to here now, so you can see here the only difference here is the, so let me copy that. That's first one. The second one, the link is this. So just analyze that. Okay, so I'm going to remove that. I'm not interested in this now at the minute. Oops, sorry. This one, the name of the file, and this also. So if you look, everything is pretty much same apart from the last this. See that? Up to here. So up to here, it's all good, don't you? Yeah. So what we could do is, we could do some work here. You are passing this schema and using the child flows. So child flows is quite powerful in that way to make sure, we can make like a functions. So that means, see, nothing wrong in this this method, but the only thing is replicated code everywhere, then replicated steps everywhere. So for that, I'll show you in the same demo then. So for that, we need to create a child flow for this. Okay, so let's do the child flow, then take this logic into the child flow, then I will show you how to call the child flow for this attachment and this one, so that we got one set of function which is going to do the job for us. Okay. Okay, for the child flows, I'm going to upload another video. So this is a part 1 of the video. So part 2 will be focusing on how to create child flows. Then we'll come back to this and then, attach those, take this logic into the child flows and then build that flow. Thank you for watching.